afternoon, Jules here from Joolsedesigns. Welcome to my channel. So again, we're doing the albums. We've done all the pages, the inside, and now we're going to do the cover. The man's one, I've made it quite simple, but however I did put a hinged pocket on it. I forgot to put the magnets under the paper, so I just put some little circles on, and there's a couple of journal cards, and I just stuck some labels, and that's it. Got a little bit of a corner in there. And also what we did was we did the, I'll show you these ones because this is what we're going to be doing. So the photo mats, and I haven't decided what I want to do. I think I'll just put white paper or some of the map paper inside. So we've got one of those in each one, and they just fit inside. This was one of the ones I did earlier with a tab on it, and I wasn't over keen on it, so that one I'll change it. However, so that's that. So now what we want to do is we want to work on this one. So we didn't put any paper inside because I used this paper and I quite liked it, and I used this for the pockets, for the pages with the pockets in. But this is the card, it's a lightweight card. This is the card I'm using for the photo mats, and we'll just pop that to one side. So the photo mats are, I think they're 11 inches, no, 11.5 inches by 7 3/4, yes, 7 3/4, because obviously you need it to fit in. Take one, I've got four sheets, I've cut them down. Now you can make them smaller than this if you want. Hang on, let me take that out because that's hindering. If you have to take your ephemera out, you need to take it out. So there we are. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a tiny little pencil point there, and that's kind of not quite in the middle. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to do it not so much in the middle, because I wanted to do a punch line on there. So that's what we're going to do. So we'll take this out of the way. We'll bring the crease board up. So remember, this is 11.5. So half of 11.5 is 5.5, 5 1/4, 5 4/8, so thereabouts. So I don't want to do that. What I do want is I want about 1/2 inch . What I'll do is, first of all, we'll find the punch that we want to use, and I think I'll use this one. I'm just going to check that it does do this card. Yep. So we'll do this, then I can work out, because that's what I need sticking out. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go away and I'm going to punch one edge of this, and then I'll be back. I'll See you in a bit. So I'm back. So I've trimmed them all, and what I worked out, it's 5 3/8, and that just gives us, so you've got a nice photo mat. You can have it that way if you want. I think we'll have it that way, quite like it that way. And then open your pocket and pop it in, and you can have your lacy edge there. So 5 3/8. Photograph on it, it'll not be much different. I'll just make sure that I did the right one on that one. And we'll put that away. And then we can pop our, and they make lovely photo mats. Or you can journal on them, you can do whatever you want. You can put pictures on them. And then you've got your, it's like putting lace in a journal. And because of sort of like all the, you know, the waterfalls and things like that, you don't want to put too much in them, so a photograph is nice. You could put a photograph on one side and journal on the other side, just to give a bit of an explanation of, you know, the background or the history of the photograph. And there we are. So you can see that looks so pretty. And because of the way the pages are situated, no matter which way it goes. So now what we want is, we want some, looking at my papers, I do want a bit of a border. Yeah, we are going to put a pocket on, but I'm not going to have a straight pocket. I'm going to go sort of like round, probably like that, and it will be just hand drawn. So okay, and what I am going to do is I'm going to have a look at it that way. So I think we put that, it's got some glue stuck on it there, but that's never mind, it's going to get covered. So I'm putting a glue stick down, and then we'll do glitter glue around the edges. And as long as you put plenty of glue stick down, it takes a while for it to dry. You don't put a lot down, it'll dry quite quick. Right, okay, and nibs come off. And doesn't matter which way this goes round. I do want to pull it down. And what I was thinking on the pocket, we'll put that and that kind of matches with that. So I think we might even do that one. We'll see. I'm going to use that on there because we'll put a doily or something over the spine, or something kind of white paper, and we'll punch the edges. Or I have got some big doilies and I keep meaning to use them on the spines just to see what it's like. Okay, and we'll put this on there like that. Right, let me look at these doilies. I know I think it's the clean white ones I'm going to use, because these are the coffee dyed, and it doesn't really matter about that because that's going to have a pocket on. But I think these are cabbage dyed. I think I would want more of a white. Got two stuck together here. I think that's quite nice. So just so it's these two that I don't want to glue. Right. This one. It's really hard to glue a doily, so and if there's a little bit sticking out, that's fine. Now what I want is I want that glue to dry on there before I fold it in. I think that looks quite nice. Yep, let's see, you have to be careful with doilies because that's what I've just done, is I've just, when the glue's drying, I'll just leave that. So we're going to put that there. Now I've got some, it's the last bit that I had, and so I'm just going to draw a line there, and what I want is I'm just going to draw a line right the way down, just a faint line. So that's going to be the actual pocket. Now what I want is I want it to come right, so this is just a rough, so we'll have it round. Like that. And while that's drying, we'll bring that scoreboard back up, and I'll do a score. Now when I push it up against that, it's not actually up against. So what I'm doing is I'm putting the line that I drew up against the 4-inch. I'm going to fold that in half, and I'm going to draw that. I'm going to cut round this, and if I don't exactly hit the line properly, it doesn't matter because it'll get rubbed out. There we are, and I think we'll do a little so that is going to be a pocket, but it's going to be hinged. One pocket on that one. So this is the worst trimmer ever, I'm sorry. I don't want to speak ill of, but I just don't like it at all. So I'm going to do 1 inch. Saying it's the worst trimmer, now it's working. It's just over 1 inch, but I'm going to scroll it down. Whoop, scroll it down 1/2 inch. So I've just made the hinge, so just let me put this away and then we can rub this out. And we'll turn it that way as well. doing it both ways. Now I am going to ink this. So this is the hinge, that'll get stuck on there, and then that hinge will get stuck on there. And oh, do you know what I've done? I forgot to put the magnet on again, haven't I? Never mind. Never mind, where there's a will there's a way. So it's had a chance to dry a little bit. So there we are. So it looks quite nice. I'm not going to take anything off there yet. So this is going to be hinged on there. And magnetised, I think. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this to draw around. Oh, didn't want to do that. Right. Yeah, so now I can see it now. And okay, and we'll just rub out any pencil marks, and then this. And then I'll just trim that up. Okay, and I am going to ink round. And one of the reasons I left this journal to do last was because I wanted to do the shaped pockets without any tools, or and I just thought it would be nice. The square ones are easy enough to work out. Okay. That's that. And that's going to go there. Now I'm going to leave it like that. So I'm going to put this on the back. Now the smaller one on there. Okay, and then what I want to do is I want to close up the pocket. And if you wanted, you could stitch it. You could stitch it all round if you wanted, and then stitch the pocket up. Now, what I want is I want some magnets, and I think we just need one magnet. Yeah, it's the big fat ones are here. Oh, 2 magnets I need, not 1. But I don't need 2 fasteners. So I'm going to put one on here and there, and I think we've done this first. Ah, no. I want that to go on there. So that needs to go. And as long as you don't do your shaped pocket too complicated, it's easy enough to trace round and trimming that off. I'm just going to take a slither off that. Just miter there. Now what did I do on my other? So that wants to go down there, and I'm just using masking tape. And I'm just putting it sticky side up, and I'm just working out where I want this. and that's where I want that. Take a little bit of that off. I think we can cut this off, and I'll use a pair of small scissors. And I'm just going it at an angle. Here we are, and we'll put them there. And I'm going to put a little bit of washi tape down there. We'll open this out again, so because there's 4 pages, just open it 2 on one side and 2 on the other. And see what washi tape I've got here. I might have a nicer piece. No, I'm going to use this one. Just let the glue sink in, and we'll put that one up, and I'll use this one over the top. Right, so straight line. So there we've got that. Now we need card to go in there. Now I've got some now these are scrapbooking cards that I've had for ages. I just got them from, was it WDC? So I'm looking for one that will look nice that I can cover. I think it's going to be this one. Oh no, that one. And I don't need to cover that one so much. And as you can see, that will fit in. Fit in there. And what I want to do is I want to I was going to put a little pocket in there, but I'm not going to bother, I don't think. I was going to use these bits that we cut off. Hang on. Oh, I can't pick that up. I'm not going to bother. I think it's just an interactive pocket, but I am going to ink around this. These are just cream inside. They're a bit glossy. And I'm going to put a little and what do we want on the front of here? I think we can have statement, and these are labels I did a wee while ago. Probably did them on the, I think I did do them on video. And we've got live in the moment, that'll do. So I think we'll have that one on there. And this one, just look at the, I think we'll use ground espresso. Quite like that side as well. Let me straighten that up. We'll have that one there. Would be better if I put statement up the right way, wouldn't it? And I think we'll push that along there. Okay, and this is like another like photo mat, or you could put coffee dyed paper in it. Quite like it that side. I know we had it that side, but I like it that side. I like the colours, and they just fit in there nicely. I think that's it. I've got a little tiny dragonfly punch, but I think these are just a little bit too small to do anything with. And there, see, they're just a bit too small. Oh, there it is. Right, let me get my tweezers. We'll try it. So what I'll do is I'll just although the glue has got like a thin tip for kind of precision gluing, not that precision. I have got some bigger die cuts for dragonflies. And there we are. So we've got our tiny little dragonflies there, and put that on there, put the tweezers away, and there we have it. So we've got a double pocket there. Now I could have, if I wanted to, I could have done, you know, sort of like a double pocket, but I just wanted to try it to see if I liked it. I do like it. I like the doily, although I don't like that bit, so what I might do is put a dragonfly over there, but I quite like that. I really like doing the photo mats with the edges on, and these will go further down if you want them to go. What you have to remember is if you're going to put photo mats in your pockets, make sure that they don't stick out too much, because obviously if you've punched them, eventually they'll get all bent. So you have to make sure that when you do your cover that it sticks out sort of like, you know, half an inch or quarter of an inch. So there we are, and we've got that one. And you could put a nice pocket. I was thinking of putting, like, you know, one of the tall pockets on there, and I did Hessian on that one just because I thought it looked kind of male type. So yeah, so I'm quite pleased with them, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you'll have a go, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.